Hello friends and welcome to my channel. Today I am sharing a book haul with you. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Sarah and I'm a homeschooling mom to two girls, ages 11 and 14. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by once again. I do really appreciate you. So, today I'm sharing a book haul, and these books kind of came from all over. Some of them I bought at a used bookstore, some of them I got at Barnes & Noble, some of them I got on Amazon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and link everything down below, at least the things that I can find, probably to Amazon because I'll be able to find most of these I think there. But just know that some of these I did purchase used, and I absolutely love used books, so that's perfectly fine with me. But I do have a bit to share with you. I was trying to stay out of the bookstores because it is pretty much September at the time of me filming this, and the holidays are right around the corner. I know you probably don't want to hear that, but that's the reality of the situation. And I was trying to kind of cut back on my spending a little bit with the holidays coming up. But then I didn't. I went to all these bookstores and I bought a whole bunch of books. So now I'm going to share them all with you. So let's jump right into it. The first couple that I picked up are from the Who Would Win series, and I picked up Who Would Win Lobster vs. Crab. My youngest daughter really enjoys these books. And then I also picked up Who Would Win T-Rex or Velociraptor. Yeah, Velociraptor. I wasn't sure if I was saying that right at first. Here's just a little, peek on the inside of what these books look like. And now this one I was actually really excited to find for only 50 cents at this local used bookstore near me. And this is the National Geographic Kids Animal Stories, Heartwarming True Tales from the Animal Kingdom. I actually had this in my cart on Amazon, and sorry. I had this in my cart on Amazon, and I'm really glad I didn't buy it because I got it for only 50 cents, and it was just a magnificent find. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm really looking forward to adding this in somewhere during our homeschool day. Okay, so the next thing I picked up is Verdi. Now this is actually by the creator of Stella Luna. If you know that story, it's the story of Stella Luna the bat, and we read that book every single year. So when I seen this one, and it was a snake, it's I think based off of is it a python? I think it's a python. Yeah, it's a python. I knew that we would absolutely love this book because we love Stella Luna, and my youngest absolutely loves reptiles. She loves all things snake, reptiles. She has her own bearded dragon. So this was just perfect, a perfect find. I also picked up Where Poppies Grow, and this is a World War I companion. So I'd never heard of this book, but I was trying to find a few things. We are studying American history in our morning time a lot this year. So I was hoping to find something to help me out there, at least some picture books. But this looks like it has a lot of fantastic information in here. So I thought that, again, this was a really great find. I also, okay, this one, I don't know why I picked it up, but I did. I just thought it looked like it would be a beautiful book. It is called Where Butterflies Grow. I mean, I can say that I picked it up because my youngest daughter and I will be studying like arthropods and insects and bugs and all of that this year, but that's really not the case. I picked it up because I thought it was pretty. So there's that, but let me just show you. I mean, look at the images in here. They're just so beautiful. And I did think that this would go great. We are going to be doing that whole like grow a butterfly. It's not grow a butterfly. Is that what it's called? It's basically, where you order the caterpillars online and then you watch them go through metamorphosis. It's that. So, I mean, I just think when you say grow a butterfly, that sounds weird. But again, these images are beautiful. Okay, now, again, I was talking about how the holidays are coming up, and every year I like to add to our holiday book collection, and I bought 3 Christmas books already. So let's go over that. I think last year I picked up The Legend of the Candy Cane, and this year at the used bookstore, I found The Legend of the Christmas Tree. So I thought that this would be a perfect addition to our holiday books. I'm actually really excited to read it. I've never read this one before, and to be honest, I barely even glanced at it at the time of purchase. I was just like, oh, that would go great. And I purchased it, so. I also picked up Merry Christmas, Strega Nona. I grew up absolutely loving Strega Nona, so this is a fantastic addition. Even if my kids don't enjoy this book, I know I will, so there's that. But yeah, I really enjoy Strega Nona books. My kids do like Strega Nona as well, but they've never read the Merry Christmas, you know, Strega Nona before, so I'm hoping they like it. Now, my youngest daughter and I are going to be studying certain parts of like ancient history, and one of the areas we're going to be studying this year is ancient China. So I found this ancient China book at the used bookstore, and I just thought this would be a perfect addition as well. Again, we do have a lot of nonfiction books because my youngest does really enjoy it. Really enjoy reading nonfiction, but I realized we don't have too much on ancient China, so perfect. And then this, I don't know if I'm going to be pronouncing the name right. I think it's Yeh Shen, but it's a Cinderella story from China. I have a lot of different Cinderella stories from all over the world in picture books. I didn't have one on ancient China, so I was really happy to find this one. Okay, now we're getting into the slightly thicker readers. I picked up Stone Fox. I have never read this before, but I did want this on my reading list this year, but I decided to go a different way because I didn't want to have to keep on purchasing books. But then when I found it for only 50 cents, I picked it up anyway. So I might be adding this to my youngest daughter's reading list. We will see. But Stone Fox, and this is about little Willie has a big job to do when his grandfather falls ill. It is up to Willie alone to save their farm from the tax collector. Kind of reminds me a little bit of that movie Iron Will. Does anybody remember that movie? I think it was from the 90s. I used to love that movie, but that's kind of what it's sounding like to me. So I think I'm going to enjoy this one. I also picked up Eagle Feather. And this is, it says, Eagle Feather was pretending to drive his cousin Crooknose's truck when a terrible thing happened. The brake slipped, the truck began to roll downhill, then it crashed into a tree. Now Eagle Feather must work for Crooknose all summer long to pay for the repairs. I guess that's a good learning experience, but you shouldn't be messing around in cars like that. But yeah, so I picked up Eagle Feather. Now this one I just kind of picked up on a whim. Again, this was from the used bookstore, and this is called Dragon Masters, Rise of the Earth Dragon, and this is book 1. I just wanted to give it a chance to see if my youngest daughter would like it. She loves dragons. Again, anything reptile, dragon, amphibian, snake, anything she would love. So we'll see if she likes it. It looks like a pretty easy read, so we'll see if she likes it. Oh, this one says, Drake never thought dragons were real, but he soon learns that dragons are real and that he is a dragon master. So there's that one. Okay, so the next one that I picked up is A Year Down Yonder. This is another one that's been on my reading list for a while, but again, I didn't want to keep on purchasing like brand new books just to have them. So I've been keeping my eye out at the used bookstores, and I finally found it. So I got this one for only 50 cents, so that was, you know, lucky. But this one, again, it looks like a pretty simple chapter book. But it says, Mary Alice's childhood summers in Grandma's sleepy Illinois town were packed with enough surprises and drama to fill the double bill of any picture show. But now she is 15 and faces a whole long year with Grandma, a woman well known for shaking up her neighbors and everyone else. Sounds pretty fun. Next up, I have The Littles. Now, this is something that I enjoyed when I was younger, and I know that I really enjoyed it, but I really don't remember much of the story. I just remember liking The Littles. So I got this one for my youngest daughter. This one, it says, Tiny family, huge adventures. The Littles live in the walls of the Biggs house. But when the Biggs go on vacation and a messy family comes to stay, the trouble begins. Mice, cats, how much can one small family take? Again, sounds fun, sounds silly. And I like to mix in some silliness to our days, especially when I accidentally schedule too many serious topics for my kids to learn in our homeschool. Now, this one is the Matchlock Gun. I just picked it up. There's not any reason why I did. I just like, oh, okay. And I picked this one up. Even father had never used a matchlock gun. In 1756, New York State was still a British colony, and the French and Indians were constant threats to Edward and his family. When his father was called away to watch for a raid from the north, only Edward was left to protect Mama and little Trudy. His father had shown him how to use the huge matchlock gun, an old Spanish gun that was twice as long as he was. Okay. Okay. It sounds fine. It looks like something I could assign to my youngest, though, so there's that. Next up, we have Roller Girl. I know nothing about this one either. My kids just really enjoy graphic novels and comics, so I did pick this one up. It does say, let me see. 12-year-old Astrid has always done everything with her best friend Nicole. So when Astrid signs up for roller derby camp, she assumes Nicole will too. But Nicole signs up for dance camp with a new friend instead. And so begins the toughest summer of Astrid's life. Okay, this one's kind of like a coming of age, it sounds like. But again, it is like a graphic novel, so sounds fun. Okay, so the next one I have is Adventures with the Waffles. I've had this on my reading list for a long time and just we never got to it, so I'm glad I found a used copy of it. But this one says Trilly's best friend Lena lives on the other side of a hole in the hedge in Matildewick Cove, where hardly a day passes without the two of them inventing some kind of thrilling adventure that often ends in trouble. This one sounds silly. It sounds like Lydia would really enjoy this. I will probably use this one as a read aloud, but Adventures in Waffles. Next up, I have a few more kind of like graphic novel-y type of books, and it's actually a series, and this is The Bad Guys. So I did share in one of my videos before that I had gifted The Bad Guys Book 1 and The Bad Guys Book 2 to my youngest daughter. I think I gave it to her for the first day of school as like a gift. She absolutely loved them. She's already read both of them. I mean, she read them within a couple of days. So I did pick up more. So I picked up The Bad Guys in The Furball Strikes Back, The Bad Guys in Attack of the Zitins, The Bad Guys Intergalactic Gas, and The Bad Guys in Alien vs. Bad Guys. So my youngest daughter, again, she absolutely loved these books. And inside, these are really easy reads. I mean, even my youngest could pretty much sit down and read these in one day. But again, we don't really pay attention to grade level. I just let my kids read what they enjoy a lot of the time. So these are perfect. Okay. Next up, this was actually something that my oldest daughter picked out when she went to the bookstore with me. She found Rise of the School for Good and Evil. Now, she is still working her way through the actual School for Good and Evil series. There's like 6 books, I believe. And so she said that she wanted to get this one so she can read it as soon as she's done with the series. So I think this is supposed to be like a prequel or something, but I don't know much about the series other than my oldest daughter loves it. So this one, it just says, the battle between good and evil begins. 2 brothers, 1 good, 1 evil. Sounds dramatic, but I'm sure my oldest will enjoy that. Another one that my oldest daughter picked out is called The Nightmare Before Christmas, Long Live the Pumpkin Queen. She really enjoys The Nightmare Before Christmas, and she also likes that movie, what is it called, like Corpse Bride. So she's like really into those like Tim Burton-y type of cartoons, and so I wasn't surprised when she's seen this and wanted it. And this one I did purchase new, and I was not happy to purchase it new because it was a little expensive in my opinion, but I think I just got spoiled with buying used books for 50 cents. So anything over 50 cents I'm like but it's a book, so I'm happy about still purchasing a book. The back just says, the nightmare didn't end after Christmas. So this is probably something that I will read as well because I want to know what my daughter's reading. And it does sound something that I'd be slightly interested in. But yeah, so this one, it sounds fun. Jack and Sally are truly meant to be together. Or are they? Oh, this one got mixed up, I think. Yeah, I did just purchase this one, but this is The Pigeon Will Ride the Roller Coaster, and it's just him screaming, I'm getting emotional. My kids absolutely still love Pigeon books. I know I have a 6th grader and a 9th grader, but I'm not going to tell them they cannot read children's books. I still read them. So I let them pick out a Pigeon book, and again, they've already read it quite a few times and they absolutely love it, and I've read it a couple of times and it's cute. So we got a Pigeon book for them. The next book that I picked up is actually pretty hefty. It's pretty big, and this one is called The Invention of Hugo, I think it's Cabret. I've never heard of it, but when I read what it was about, it sounded interesting, so I picked it up. Again, I don't know when I'm gonna fit this in. When am I gonna fit? I mean, if I'm trying to squeeze in a book, this book is like over 500 pages long. I don't know what I was thinking, but I bought it and I don't regret it. I don't know when I'm going to fit it in. It says, orphan, clock keeper, and thief. Hugo lives in the walls of a busy Paris train station where his survival depends on secrets. But when his world suddenly interlocks like the gears of a clock, he keeps with an eccentric, bookish girl and a bitter old man who runs a toy booth in the train station, Hugo's undercover life and the most precious secret are put in jeopardy. So again, it sounds interesting. It sounds, you know, like it's full of suspense. So I think we'll like it. I just don't know when we're gonna like it because I don't know how I'm gonna squeeze in over 500 pages on a whim, you know? We're almost done, guys. We are almost done. Okay, now the next book that I picked up is another Christmas book, and I did purchase this one brand new at Barnes & Noble. They were having a sale where it was like buy one, get one 50% off or something like that. So I picked up a new copy of A Christmas Carol. This one is absolutely beautiful. It's like that leather bound. It has the ribbon, the gold on the side. And this isn't just A Christmas Carol. It's also other Christmas tales as well. I almost hit myself in the face. But our copy of A Christmas Carol is just like a really inexpensive copy, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it's falling apart. We do read it pretty much every single year, so I just wanted a really beautiful version of this book, and I think I found it. Again, let me show you the inside. I mean, look at this. I just think that it is absolutely beautiful. Look at, oh my gosh, I'm just, every time I see a picture, I'm just so happy. So it does look like a very beautiful version. I'm very happy with this one, and I am excited that it has more than just A Christmas Carol in here. Again, holiday books are huge in our homeschool every single year, so I absolutely love this one. I actually can't wait. I cannot wait to pull this book out this year and read it. Now, I also picked up, now this is something I've had this on I've had this in my Amazon cart for, you know, homeschool use for probably, I don't know, years upon years upon years upon years. And if you're a homeschooler, you have probably seen this book before, but it is Sing a Song of Seasons. And this is a nature poem for each day of the year. Again, it's been years that this book has been in my cart and I finally purchased it. It is not a cheap book, so I was trying to wait for it to go on sale, and it did finally drop down to $20 on Amazon. I don't know if it still is, but I purchased it when it did drop down, and it's beautiful. It looks like it's absolutely beautiful. And because our focus on Fridays, at least in our morning time, is nature, I thought that this would be a fantastic addition to our morning. Let me just kind of flip through a few of them. This is a big book too. I mean, this is a lot. I mean, look at how thick that is. That's just poetry. I absolutely love it though. I think that it's beautiful. I think we will really enjoy this. So again, I don't regret it. Now, last but not least, this is another book that I picked up at Barnes & Noble when I picked up A Christmas Carol, and it is, I haven't even opened it yet, so it's still in the plastic, The Adventures of Indiana Jones. Now, if you've been on my channel before, you know that my youngest daughter absolutely loves Indiana Jones. All things Indiana Jones, everything Indiana Jones. So I had to pick this up. Now, this is not a children's book. I pretty much picked it up to put it on my shelf and give to her as a gift when she's older. I know this sounds crazy, but because she's only 11, but I still wanted a copy of this. I will probably read through it as well. So, I mean, it's not like I'm not going to read it, but yeah, The Adventures of Indiana Jones. I was really excited to find this one. And see, it does have like the gold on the side, and it does, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but it does have a ribbon in this leather bound version as well. So that is my most recent book haul. I do want to say that I purchased these books probably over about a 2-week period though. I didn't just like find these all in one day. So there's that. But if you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section. Thank you so much for stopping by. You have a great day. Bye.